Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Palace online classes. Today I am going to discuss the topic called Kirchhoff's laws. So these are the fundamental laws in current electricity. So what does this Kirchhoff's laws says is, we have two laws here, that is Kirchhoff's first law and next one is Kirchhoff's second law. This first law is also called current law. It is also called current law and it is also called junction law. It is also called junction law. According to Kirchhoff's first law, what it says is, let us consider a junction, electrical junction. For this electrical junction, let us consider some resistors are arranged. There is a junction of resistors. Let us take this as R1, let us take this as R2 and consider one more junction, one more resistor R3. These three resistors are connected to a junction A. At this junction, according to Kirchhoff, the algebraic sum of all currents at the junction is always equal to 0. What does this mean? Is suppose let us consider the current flowing in first resistor, I will take it as I1. Let us take this I1 current is entering into junction A and take I2 current. Let us take I2 is the current flowing in R2, it is leaving the junction, and current in third resistor I will take it as I3. According to this law, what it states is I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. The algebraic sum of all currents at a junction is equal to 0. That means this law is based on law of conservation of charge. It is based on charge conservation. According to law of conservation of charge, before starting current, there is no charge at the junction. So even after some time, that charge should not accumulate at the junction. So here no charge will be accumulated at the junction. It is just like our traffic junction. See, when you consider a traffic junction, we can't stand at the junction. Traffic must come and must leave. Traffic entering into the junction is equal to traffic leaving the junction. Here also, current entering the junction must be equal to current leaving the junction. So current entering is taken as positive and current which is leaving is taken as negative. So according to this law, I have to write I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Current entering the junction, I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. This is the formula for Kirchhoff's first law. So this law, as it is nothing but another form of conservation of charge. Charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Here charge, there is no charge that should be accumulated at the junction. So no charge is accumulated. How much charge is coming per time? Same charge is leaving. That is what Kirchhoff's junction law says. It is also abbreviated as KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. And current, if you take the sign convention, current entering the junction is taken positive and current leaving the junction is taken negative. And next law is Kirchhoff's second law. Kirchhoff's second law. This is also called voltage law. It is also called voltage law. And it is also called loop law. This is based on conservation of energy. Sometimes in exams they will ask Kirchhoff's second law is based on. It is based on conservation of energy. You know that electric field or electric force is a conservative force. Work done by the electric force in a closed loop must be 0. Here also what it says, suppose there is a loop of some resistors. Suppose if there is a loop of some resistors, it is a network. Let us take this as A, B, C, D. I will give the naming A, B, C, D. Let us take this voltage as V1, this voltage as V2, and this resistor I will take it as R1, this resistor R2, this is R3 and R4. If you start from A, you complete one circle, again come back to A. So according to the work energy theorem, or according to the definition of work done must be 0, because you have completed one loop, you have reached the same point where you have started, displacement is 0, work done is 0. Here also what the second law says, within a loop, if we complete one loop, the net potential differences across all branches in a loop, if you add algebraic sum of all potential differences across the different resistors in a network is always equal to 0. Let us take the potential difference across AB. Let us take the loop AB, CD, A. That means here what is telling, the potential difference across AB, potential difference across BC, potential difference across CD, potential difference across DA, if I add, I should get 0. You already know potential difference is work done by charge. Work done to move a unit charge inside a circuit is nothing but work done, nothing but potential difference. So when work done is 0, automatically potential difference will be 0. So what he is going to explain in this Kirchhoff's second law is, it is nothing but another form of law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy here. So if you take potential difference across AB, in order to get potential difference, let us consider a current I is flowing inside this network. I am considering that current I is flowing inside this network, and this current direction I have given in clockwise manner. This is the current direction. Now I have selected a path, that is ABCDA. I have selected a path ABCDA. Now when I select a path ABCDA, first you start moving from A to B. There will be potential difference across A and B, that you take it as potential difference between A and B. And there will be potential difference across B and C. Let us take this as potential difference across B and C. And there will be potential difference across C and D, potential difference across C and D, plus potential difference across D and A must be equal to 0 according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is also abbreviated as KVL. Now for this, we should follow one sign convention, whether I have to take potential difference across A to B as positive or negative, that for that we have to follow sign convention. Suppose if you are moving inside a resistor, please note down sign convention. This is very important part of second law of Kirchhoff, because Kirchhoff's second law has many applications in competitive exams. In case of PUC, they will ask what is Kirchhoff's laws and apply it for Wheatstone bridge. But any type of circuit, if they are going to ask equivalent resistance or what is the potential difference, any branch inside a circuit, that can be calculated by using Kirchhoff voltage law. Every year, based on this Kirchhoff voltage law and Kirchhoff junction law, you will get at least one question in every competitive exam. This law looks very simple, but application is very difficult. It appears to be very simple. What it says, in simple manner it says, when I move from A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A, work done is 0, therefore potential difference I will get 0. But here, how to apply this? For that you have to remember sign convention. Sign convention in case of first law already we discussed, current entering the junction I have taken positive, current leaving the junction I took negative. But here the sign convention is, if you remember only one word, then you can remember this sign convention very easily. Potential drop is negative. Potential drop is negative. Potential drop negative. Potential rise is positive. Potential rise is positive. Potential rise is positive. So if you remember these two words, how I can apply to a resistor and how can apply it to a cell. Now let us take a resistor. So let us consider there is a resistor like this of resistance R. Now terminals I am giving name as A and B. Now I am moving from A to B, current is also flowing from A to B. Now direction of current is A to B, it is denoted as letter I, it is moving from A to B. So when I am moving from A to B, whether potential increases or decreases, that is the point you have to remember. So when current moves from A to B, whether potential drops or potential rises. Here question is, we always know that current always move from high potential to low potential. Therefore A is at higher potential, B is at lower potential. So this is an example for potential drop. So the potential difference across this AB, I have to write according to Ohm's law, I have to write this as minus IR. V is equal to IR, I have to write this as minus IR. So potential inside a resistor, in the direction of current, potential decreases. Inside a resistor, in the direction of current, you have to take potential difference as negative. In the resistor, opposite to the direction of current, you have to take positive. Suppose if I am moving from B to A, potential difference is positive here, because potential at B is less when compared to potential at A, where potential is rising. When potential is rising, you have to take this as plus, this is plus IR, this is the difference. Now when you are coming to cell, what happens here, you consider a cell here, otherwise we will draw here only. Let us consider a cell here. This is a cell having a potential difference V. Let us give naming to its terminals. This I will take it as A, this I will take it as B. Now when I am moving from A to B, first I am moving from negative potential to positive